Hello, I hope it's working. Okay, so this is an unscheduled stream. The reason I'm doing it as a stream as opposed to not the stream is because streams are recorded to YouTube directly, so I can just publish it right after. So this is a video, not really a stream. I don't expect anyone to be here, so that's fine. But so let me apologize for my absence, actually, because this is better. So yeah, I went back to Hungary for a short visit and all that sort of stuff, which is nice, and I planned to have some streaming, but apparently it didn't happen, which is not very good, because there are people watching me. Highly irresponsible from my part. However, so I would like to say that the streaming is back on track and all that, but I don't know what the future brings. So let me just try to figure it out. It's nothing major, just, life and all that. Because life is just a weird thing. Now, right, this is telling me that there is this horrible, you're not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming, which is ridiculous. There's plenty of video here. Why would it be horrible? But I guess that the internet is not that perfect, so anyways, right, now I want to answer one question just quickly here, and also I want to share one interesting fact. So let me just go and have the question. So in one of my latest videos, as you can see, it's there with a bunch of other videos. There is this person asking me, like, Stephen, I haven't listened to you in a while, but I've enjoyed your video, which is always good. It's awesome. I noticed that you're in London now. Sounds like you're living there, not just visiting. Why did you move? And if you wish to answer, please, this is my favorite part, answer according to your Hungarian nature. And that's lovely, isn't it? Obviously there is a kind of like Hungarian nature, which is more negative, while more honest or rudely outspoken. And then there is this the English thing, where I try to be more polite and all that. Now the thing is that the reason for me to coming here is pretty simple. I had whatever opportunities in Hungary, and in Budapest I live near the capital, which is a logical place to live, or happen to live, as I'm not the kind of person who was able to choose where to be born, and I think that a lot of us are like that. However, so living near what did I want to say? Yes, sorry, also it's Sunday and I just wanted to do this, but just do not really care about this whole convoluted boringness that I am providing at the moment for you, just trying to get hold of my thoughts. Now, so since I live in the vicinity of Budapest, and Budapest has all the opportunities Hungary could offer to a certain person, who is me, who works in IT and all that sort of stuff, and with the languages I can do that anywhere. So if we consider my day job as something that is location sensitive, then here we go. So, day job stuff, which is location sensitive. So if I move my business, that sort of business, from Hungary to another country, obviously that could have advantages or disadvantages. So to answer the question in a Hungarian fashion, I came to London because the opportunities are better. It's mostly the same job, it's mostly the same, but they are mostly the same challenges, but obviously financially and culturally it's very different, and I have to say better. I mean, I had the opportunity to work with banks in Hungary, to work for bigger enterprises, as in while I was doing some projects for them, and to compare that to the UK, well, obviously the UK wins, not because the UK would be so much insanely better than Hungary, so there are no miracles in life, if you will, but if you consider that you have your thing that you do, and you sort of change the location of it, and that's slightly better, and it's worth all the fuzz that comes with it, then sure, it's worth it. I mean, relocating to London, I mean. So let me just say hi. Right, so somebody's indeed watching, which is always a miracle. It's crazy, because this is such a random time to do any sort of streaming. But no, thanks for coming along for the ride. So, in my very convoluted and complicated way, just to finally simplify things, I came here because it's better. But also, a lot of contribution to my decision came from the fact that it's sort of like traveling, because I left for another country, and as a country it's vastly different culturally from Hungary, like every country actually. I could have gone to Austria, that's different either, that's different as well, so it doesn't matter. But I speak English, which helps a lot when I live here, and it would help less if I lived in Austria, for instance. Anyways, so the point is that the reason I moved from Budapest to London, even though it's not very close, is because people and other businesses know about it more. More opportunities. There is one thing to consider though. When someone has interests in two countries, it's always wise to have a sort of quick line to connect the countries, a quick line of traveling, I mean. In my case, there is a Hungarian company called Wizz Air. It's a budget airline, and I cannot really or recommend it, although I use it all the time. It's a fine airline. Luckily they are not paying me to say good things about them, so I can say they're mostly good. I think I would have to conclude that my official opinion of them is fine. But for like what? Something like a couple of euros, they transport you from one country to another country. In this case from Luton Airport in London to Budapest. And if I have to go home for whatever reason, it's about 6 hours away. At almost any given point. Maybe not in the middle of the night, because there are no flights in the middle of the night. But if I book a flight for 8 today, I can go home and arrive around midnight, which is nice. So this was another thing that I considered, because the other place was actually Switzerland, Zurich, which is a little bit closer by car. It's about 12 hours, while London is about 2 days, because I'm not a maniac. I don't drive to crazy places or through the night. That's what I meant. Right, enough rambling about that. I think that answers the question, hopefully. The why is not exactly financial, but yes. Not exactly cultural, but yes. Not exactly for the adventure of it, but yes. So it's a kind of complex thing. And to answer a question that nobody really asked, do I like being here? Well, I worked here a couple of years ago, not in London, but in the countryside. I was doing some translation for a Hungarian company that had a lot of interests around the countryside, and that was fun. Yay! But the project ended, and now I'm here sort of indefinitely, and it's been fun. Except, and now comes the fun fact. So, 10 days ago, 11 to be precise, I flew back to Hungary, which seemed like a nice idea at the time, even considering that I knew I would hate the weather. And obviously I did not think about the weather when I was planning to move to the UK, but you know, we all know the way the UK works. Rain and clouds and not too cold, but not too hot either. Let me switch back to this. And that was fine. So I knew what I would get myself into. Hot, humid, and horrid. But you know, visiting friends, visiting family, fiddling with my business over there just a tiny bit, it's fine. It's Hungary. I have had like 30 years of getting used to it. So, you know, it's alright. So, after 10 days of suffering, I headed back to the UK. So I arrived, picked my car at the airport, you know, drove to meet a friend in London, which is quite a nice thing to do if you think about it, because my friend flew in from Russia. Not to see me per se, but then, you know, it's a nice opportunity to meet. So, we met, and I immediately noticed that something was kind of off. It was insanely hot and humid, and I had this crazy idea of reality and I are always fighting, because I'm never sure whether things are real or not. I always expect to suddenly wake up and like, oh, it's all been a dream. This is because I watched that particular season of Dallas, where Bobby woke up after a season. Ah, good lord. Anyways, so the idea, by the way, the kind of like the whole thing is disconnected, but what do I care? I'm recording this anyway. So the idea is that I forgot what I was. Oh yes, hotness and humidity. So So while we were talking, I noticed that it's horrible, it's insane, and it's humid, and then I had this crazy idea of maybe I still have not left Hungary. Because out there, at the moment, even though here it's quite cool, out there at the moment, it's insane hot sun, humidity, and all, you know, the enemies out there. It's crazy. So, what do I know? Anyways, so, right, what else is there? Not much. I just wanted to, you know, quickly make this video, and I'll upload it and all that sort of crazy stuff, because I felt guilty about not doing any streaming lately. So, future plans. I can do streaming whenever I can do streaming. When I created the Facebook events, I always felt compelled to do so and not reschedule, but then I forgot about one of them because finally I had my bank account. Oh god. And so let's react to the chaos with more chaos, I'd say. And let me just do more streaming during the week whenever I have the chance. It will be my hobby. And all streamings will be recorded, uploaded, and whatever, named streaming. But besides that, I will honestly try to make some videos. So if you have any more questions about the way Hungarian works, like or the way I work, like Mr. Steven here, I know I shouldn't, I know how it works, that was a joke. Then I will scan through all the comment and answer as the best as I can. So this would be it, I believe. So me and my nice summer clothes bid you farewell, and see you when I see you. Pretty soon, I might add, because next week I'm pretty sure that I'm going to have some free time in the evenings to do a little bit of streaming, just for the fun of it. Especially since I can't go out because the enemy is out there. It's horrible. Alright, so let's end this video on a very depressing note. You know, the weather is horrible. And let's keep up negativity. That's the Hungarian way of living. No smiles. I made a mistake. I did smile, didn't I? Well, anyways, everyone can make mistakes. I'm not the best Hungarian out there. I know Hungarians who are way more Hungarians than I am. You know, they complain more. I try, but, you know. So, good day, people of the internet, and see you later.